Hey everyone, welcome to Gorilla Booking Podcast, where we talk all wrestling. And today we have some new faces. We have some old faces too, because we all know Server Era is very old looking. And that is my co-host who does the show most, Server Era 405. How is it?
Man, if that joke would have bothered me, I would have put you definitely in a gulag. But anyways, I'm having a great time.
That's right. That's right. And then we have Mr. NXT, Mr. The next generation of podcasting, summing up with him. We got the master DJ. How's it going?
Well, little Roman Reigns and a bunch of other things. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
And then we have the man who eats more nuggies than the man he loves trying to be. And that is my man, a dirty Dre. What's going on, Dre?
We back at it like a crack at it, baby. What's happening?
That's happening. And then at many shows I've been to, but I've never been to the ECW arena with him. That is Dior. What is going on, my man?
We got to do that because that is a fun place to go to watch. I watch MLW there. It's awesome, man. But what's going on, y'all? It's good to be here.
Yeah. Then we have I guess you'd call it familiar face, but not a real familiar face. But anyway, he is your friendly neighborhood wrestling spider. What is up, Wrestle Spider?
Let me correct you there, Joe. I am your unfriendly neighborhood wrestling spider.
Unfriendly. Oh, he is a heel spider.
I'm here to educate the masses, what I would like to call the ancient brains of the IWC, because I have watched the previous show, and some of y'all have some wild comments here. So I'm gonna try to correct your brains, maniacs.
Okay, so we're gonna get off to the first topic here because it's the pretty biggest one, and it happened tonight. I absolutely let DJ take the lead on this one. The invasion, NXT's invasion with TNA. How did that? I guess it was trying to be a PLE that wasn't a PLE because it was on a Tuesday night, like on normal NXT time. But how did it actually pan out?
Well, it panned out just the way I was supposed to be. It was a complete invasion. And yeah, it wasn't a pay-per-view. It was mostly just a special. But I feel like it definitely served its place for just being one show that helped both brands very well. Like, I mean, you already started off great with the tag team titles. And yeah, well, most people probably already spoiled it. But
You're gone, brother. Where's he at?
Oh my God, his Wi-Fi invaded him. So
okay. Well,
Damn.
I mean, I have some notes on this. If he's Jesus,
I'm here. My Wi-Fi is kind of going a little backwards right now, so just do your thing. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, tonight. Oh, there he is.
Your internet was bugging out.
Okay.
Unstable network connection. We good? Okay, so like I was saying, the Hardy Boys won the titles, which that was definitely a positive note. That was definitely the right move. Definitely did a good job with the women and the men in their own Survivor Series matches. And Mustafa Ali and Ethan Page, I highly recommend y'all really watch that match. That was great. But overall, I feel like I said, it served both worlds. Did good for NXT. Definitely did good for TNA because they have Bound for Glory this Sunday. So, yeah. No, really well.
I got a question, though. Do you really think this is an invasion show? Like, this whole ordeal should be an invasion, though? Because, okay, I understand, like, the purpose of what NXT or WWE are trying to do with this whole thing with TNA. But logically speaking here, how do you call this show, or how do you originally intend to call this show an invasion when this partnership has been public and has been going for months? If you want to thrive into the invasion thing, you shouldn't like just done the whole TNA thing like surprise a couple months ago and actually do an invasion type shit than whatever the hell they're doing right.
I think the biggest thing is, like, first of all, most invasions have happened. In fact, maybe all of the invasions except for maybe one, I'm not 100% sure, have happened while a partnership was going on, whether that partnership be like super public or whether that partnership be like kind of private. It's like all kayfabe regardless, because someone has to book the matches. So I mean, I'm not mad at the fact that it's a partnership and that it's just they're trying to give us something interesting, and I think it's working. This is the first real interpromotional storyline that WWE has had in decades, I like how it built because it started subtly and grew over time, and that gave it the perfect build. So I mean, I loved how it
definitely started off good because they had this whole thing with whole WWE and TNA since Royal Rumble last year when Jordan Grace was in Royal Rumble. Yeah, and then added more to it when Jordan Grace competed against Roxanne at Battleground. So obviously, and then we added people like Joe Hendry, of course, and then you had Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel with the whole Rascal MSK storyline.
Yes,
and then
love that storyline, by the way.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Very good. I just wish Wesley was back to being babyface, but they definitely done a good job with this whole ordeal, and I think it's really done well for both of them. Even though most people probably say that TNA is getting buried because NXT has their titles, which I don't think it is. It's part of the whole story.
I mean,
it's part of the whole story.
I also don't think it's over. I think that it's gonna. I mean, it's obviously going to continue. So I think will WWE, resist the urge to just bury outside talent, or because obviously the cards are in WWE's hands. It is what it is. We know that. So it just depends on how they want to book it. But so far, so good. I think that WWE has propped itself up to deserve to get these wins and a lot of these wins. So they're gonna give TNA some wins, but I think that WWE is built for that. So
and that's one of the good points that has been mentioned. Like people thinking that TNA is getting buried. What was TNA before this partnership, ladies and gentlemen? It was nothing.
Nothing.
It was
nothing. It was really nothing.
Yeah. It was nothing.
Like they had the whole thing with AEW. They tried with AEW and it massively failed because they didn't even have a TNA guy win the world title back for them. Christian Cage did, and while yes, he had the history with TNA, he was signed to AEW, so it didn't work.
They were really quietly rebuilding for years, and then I think the WWE partnership is going to elevate anybody, so it instantly elevated them.
Yeah, it's helped them a lot because TNA has had some of the biggest sales they've had for their shows in general, like Rebellion, Slammiversary, even some of the shows that are like on Fridays, like Victory Road and like Emergence, Against All Odds. They've all had huge attendance records because of this whole.
And it's been good. Like it's been putting their feet to the fire to actually put out a good product because they have all these eyes on them.
Exactly.
Do you think that WWE's production team has a hand in what TNA is doing right now?
I'm sure.
It depends. It depends on how they want to try and do it because TNA has their own production team, of course.
Yeah, I think that anything WWE wants to do is going to trump.
The reason I'm coming with this is like if you go back before the partnership, right? How TNA did their segments and segues that led into their matches and stuff was very rough, was very boxed, was very like systematic. But now it feels like it's more natural. Like the one thing that was always natural and was always funny to me was always the Joe Hendry thing. Whenever you said his name and he appeared, and when you used to see those segments with Joe Hendry, they were always either like right at the entrance ramp or they were backstage segments, and there was always just a cutoff, and it had no reference to what the next match was. It was always just a weird one-off segment. And now that you're seeing like how these segments and these segues are being rebuilt to show that TNA actually is very good on both ends. They have talented people on the microphone. They actually have talented people in the ring. It's just that, they're not built like monsters like WWE is. Like perfect example was Joe Hendry looks like a huge dude on TNA, right? Looks huge on TNA. But then he stood next to Randy Orton and he looked tiny.
Great shit house.
It was night and day. It was night and day.
That's part of the process. That's part of the process.
Server,
That's what,
tap in, man. I feel like you ain't say much about this one.
No, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the Wi-Fi and stuff. So I'm kind of just doing like behind the scenes, making sure, you know what I mean?
In Gorilla.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, it's not just a great move for WWE. I mean, for TNA, it's an amazing move for WWE because they're positioning themselves to be like not only like the best show in town, but they're positioning themselves to be the hub of wrestling. All things wrestling, you know what I'm
because
saying?
they're working a lot more globally. They're working a lot more globally with they're obviously doing the whole global thing with going from country to country with these pay-per-views, but obviously having the whole thing with TNA, AAA, and even allowing their talent from both the main roster and NXT to go to these indie shows. It definitely helps out a lot of those. So
So I think two more subjects that kind of coincide with that.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to jump into the whole production part of it. I think the only time WWE gets involved, in my opinion, is when it's like their talent is involved with a TNA talent for a specific match. You know, like how it's supposed to look, how people are supposed to come out. You know, I think they tap in for that. But if it's a regular TNA pay-per-view or just a weekly show,
that's all
TNA. That's all TNA.
I'm saying, like, does so when WWE sends a wrestler over to a TNA show, to a TNA recording, do you think it's just more than just a wrestler? Is what I was trying to get at. I think there's more than just a wrestler going on.
I think they bring somebody, you know, like representatives and stuff. You know, they just don't have them
like a talent relations.
I think they do a little something like that, but I don't think they get too involved when it's something where it's like, you know, if they're going to send over, what's her name? Fucking Mama Wrestling. They're going to send her over to, you know, face somebody, you know what I mean? Slamovich. Like, it's just not going to be that big. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but they'll have somebody that's, you know, a representative, but
so compared to Forbidden Door, for example, like, what format do we like better? I think we can agree that WWE and TNA feels a lot more controlled and corporate, and whereas Forbidden Door just feels like wrestlers' dream Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what do we like more?
Yeah. That's how I felt with this year's Forbidden Door, where before, though, like a few weeks, it didn't feel like Forbidden Door at all. It just felt like another AEW pay-per-view. And even then, when they started to add more things to the card, like adding Stardom and New Japan, it still felt like I was watching more of an AEW pay-per-view because majority of your main big matches are AEW versus AEW.
Yeah,
and that
I think they do that
problem.
more for Wrestle Dream. I think Wrestle Dream gets more of the shine when it comes to like the Forbidden Door thing, because technically for Wrestle Dream is not, well, it is an AEW product, but it's more of a New Japan based it's more of a New Japan based pay-per-view.
That's their TNA.
That's
their TNA. Like, that's because the only true Forbidden Door we'll ever get is WWE and AEW. That's it. Everything else has been done, and
nothing else is for
real Forbidden Door.
Because Forbidden Door for AEW
the real
is just,
proverbial forbidden.
And I mean, I don't ever say never say never in wrestling, but do we ever see that really happening?
No.
Ever?
No.
Maybe. And I wouldn't
say never.
I wouldn't just say no. I think there's probably like maybe a 10-50% chance it happens. And the only reason I say that is because if you remember a couple years ago, or maybe longer, when Stone Cold was doing his Broken Skull podcast, Jericho was on there and he was with AEW at the time, and they talked in depth about AEW. And it's still, whether it's Stone Cold show or not, you could still watch that shit on the WWE network. It's still, was promoted by WWE. So, that was a few years ago. So I think they'd be open for it if it made sense. But, because we're in a different age now, we would never even, even with the TNA stuff, people don't really appreciate it. It's a big deal. Because TNA has been like a big company for a long time.
Back in the day, we dreamed of that. We wanted that so bad. Remember, everyone wanted WWE versus TNA.
The pop you would get when you saw a WWE wrestler show up on Impact back in the early 2000s was insane.
So imagine, I feel like if you were to even somewhat tease an AEW WWE program just for one night, you know how much money they would make? Both of those companies on that. Dreams.
I mean, just the best invasion angle, Forbidden Door thing that it's not really Forbidden Door, but it's more the invasion angle. Going back on that was when they had Crown Jewel and everybody else got stuck over in Saudi Arabia. So they sent the NXT guys in on SmackDown that following SmackDown or Raw.
I've seen.
Yeah,
what's that one?
and that was and I use that as a segue because obviously we're going to talk about Crown Jewel next. But the point is that like when you see somebody show up that's unfamiliar to that programming, even it's like when it's even if like say CM Punk shows up on SmackDown or Raw because he's going from thing because it's making sense that he's showing up on somebody else's programming. It's still that extra like, oh shit, he's not supposed to be here. You know, like that actual feeling is probably one of the better feelings you get in the kayfabe style of wrestling is when someone shows up that's not supposed to be there because you know even in the background oh it's a setup, but the whole point is that like it's that oh shit what are they gonna do because they're on forbidden grounds or forbidden territory being on somebody else's territory and stuff like that. But with that being said, Crown Jewel is this Sunday. The 11th. Saturday the 11th. It's this Saturday the 11th. Obviously, the Crown Jewel matchups are going to be champion versus champion, Seth versus Cody. You know, we have Cena versus AJ Styles, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. They're like the two major co-main events.
Well, next to the ring championships that they're going to have.
Gentlemen,
champion versus champion.
Give me 1 minute. I just got to run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
So, Dre, do you feel like Dominik Mysterio is going to do something at Crown Jewel?
I feel like they got to put the rocket strap to his back, bro. Like, he literally has so much momentum behind him, bro. They literally just have to keep pushing him, bro. That's the only way you see.
So, here's the thing. I stated that a long time ago that John Cena and Dominik Mysterio, and you agree with me 100%, needs to be one of the last matches.
Yeah.
Now we know that AJ Styles and Dominik Mysterio are a thorn in each other's sides. This could be the setup. AJ Styles can get the dub over Cena, or Dominik could screw AJ Styles and Cena has to be the face getting involved in the match against Dominik because he's sick and tired of that style of bullying.
Or he with the same fucking energy, he attempts to screw AJ and he like tries to do something and he ends up hitting Cena instead and AJ gets the win and then that makes Cena Dom make more sense.
I like that one.
But I don't know. But would Cena even act like that?
Where did he come from?
Africa.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Where did he just come from? Yeah.
What do you mean by Africa? Listen, look at him. But
I came from Africa. Duh. What are you talking about? So did you.
Yo, shout out to Owen Hart though.
You little African American.
Owen
Hart.
Here we go again. And for people who don't know that reference, watch last week's episode so you could get put on.
I'm gonna call Mike.
I was waiting for DJ's crazy ass laugh, bro.
DJ, hold that shit back.
Owen Hart, we're gonna take it to the bodega.
DJ, you gotta go to the bodega.
Yeah, DJ's laugh sounds like a cereal box opening up.
I'm not doing that laugh again.
DJ holding that shit back. He ain't. So yeah, I think when you said that Cena wouldn't be like that. What do you mean?
I mean, so you're saying I caught like kind of the end of what you were saying because I just got back. But did you say like maybe Dom ends up hitting Cena like by accident and then
because he's trying to hit AJ?
That makes Cena, but would Cena be like? I don't know if Cena be like bitching the fact that like Dom hit him by accident. I feel like he's too much of a face.
Yeah.
Well, he just came off of being a heel, so maybe he still's got a little heel in him.
He got a little heel left in him.
Got a little heel in him.
Got a little heel in him.
He got a little bit.
5 matches. There's 5 matches, and it's probably a 3-hour 3.5 hour show for 5 matches because you're gonna have Roman Bronson Reed with the Australian street fight, which is just I actually think it's just thrown together and that's kind of crap.
They do that shit
Then
all
you
the
have
time.
I hate
That's
that.
an
Can
old
I
wrestling.
say how much I hate that shit?
Niggas
That's
got
an
Can I say how
old
much I hate that
wrestling
shit?
thing. They do that
I
everywhere.
100%
They
agree with
do
you.
it
I
everywhere.
100%
I
If
agree.
it's Philly,
constantly
it's a
keep
Philly
doing
street
that.
fight. If it's New York, it's a Brooklyn
Might
street
see a
fight.
fucking kangaroo. I'm about to see a fucking kangaroo just come out of nowhere.
Gonna
just
be-
flying.
They're gonna do a Wyoming street fight one
Yeah,
day.
it's a
We're
North Dakota street fight.
What the hell are you on about?
The fucking bison just rolls by.
Just fucking. They always do that shit. It's fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Remember, the
I
shit's
hate
a
that
circus.
Animal
It's a traveling
here. Come
circus.
on,
Don't
don't
be-
do
but
that
don't
to
be
the
like
fight.
Matt.
Fucking
Don't be like
street
Matt.
fight. Why does that have to be a part of where you are? It's fucking.
They want to remind people in case they forget. They get hit so hard. They got to
Where the fuck you
remember.
at? This is a Nevada street fight.
I think my least favorite one is. I think my least favorite one is
Oh,
with
the
Donnie.
Fremont
Donnie
Street
Brooks.
free for all.
Pretty sure they did like a Sin City street fight.
I
wrestling.
fucking hate the Donnie.
They've
Brooks
had
match.
that. They've had a Sin City street fight before when they've been in Vegas.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
How are they gonna have a
They had
Who was that?
fight?
Who was that
Weapons
cage
are banned
match
on
that happened with
Australia.
the Great Khali? Well,
Punjabi
prison-
prison.
Punjabi
Yeah.
prison
match.
Oh my
They didn't bring
God.
that one
Oh
back
God!
too.
Don't bring that nightmare,
That
bro.
was fucking
Shut
awful.
up!
That was
Bamboo
awful.
ass
All of them.
cage.
All of
Don't
them.
want-
bring that shit
I
up.
want them to.
bro.
I want them
are
to have
terrible.
the Australian street fight in fucking Los Angeles, California. Fuck it, just book it. That's what they need.
Just because Bronson's in it.
Yeah. So we're
They
saying,
just showed us Australia. They look like Swanson.
I don't know why that one took me out.
There's a little Crenshaw with it.
I see
Yeah.
the
All I can
Nipsey
see
mural
is,
over there.
I
What
can
the
see
fuck is that?
Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, Australian street fight at the Kia Forum in Ingleside.
Ingleside.
Niggas is fighting in front of Nipsey Hussle store and whatnot.
Hell
What
yeah.
the fuck? Like,
Just fucking bash his head into the mural. Just fucking.
Look,
Roman just jumps up with the Superman punch. Kobe.
Thanks.
DJ holding that laugh back. Oh, all right. So what else we got, Joe, in Crown Jewel?
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. It's a tag team match, non-title.
You said
thrown together
the
because
Kabuki Warriors.
Hey, yo.
Kabuki.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's a different event.
Hell, bro, I misheard that one.
We're gonna get DJ
Not
at the end of this.
Kabuki Warriors, Kabuki Warriors.
That's the wrong show, bro. That cost $59.99.
And for people for people who don't know what that is, there's other sites that you can go on and get all the information you need. Right, DJ?
There's
What the
five dudes and some
What the hell is this?
There's 5 matches.
Five matches.
Like I've been trying to say, I love this storyline. I love what Asuka's doing with the whole.
It sounds like ordering
It's a
Chinese
good
food, bro. I
story,
fucking love that shit.
I love
I'm
it, dude.
enjoying what she's doing.
She's such a good heel, bro. She's such a good heel. And her face paint's always on point.
Can we make a pause right here and appreciate that right now, WWE is being carried, especially on Monday night, by their women's division.
The women's
They're
division
being carried. The women's division, especially on Monday Night Raw, has been carrying the company. Like right now, the company, and I know we're gonna talk about this later.
I don't know if I'd say they
Bro,
carrying it. I think it's
have.
stronger.
Yeah,
than
that Becky
have.
Lynch.
No,
That Becky Lynch match was pretty fun, bro. Like that was a
Bro,
whole match.
let's go back to
Crowd
WrestlePalooza.
liked it,
Let's go
though.
back to WrestlePalooza.
Done.
Crowd liked it.
I
Let's go
like
back to
That's just the
WrestlePalooza.
crowd noise server.
Huh?
I liked it.
They put the fillers in.
I wasn't really
I
feeling
don't know about that.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, the match is the match. But my thing is it's getting stronger. I think they felt the need to make it stronger because at the end of the day, it was faltering a little bit. And they have done a good job bringing people up from NXT and so on and so forth for building those stars. And then the introduction of the mid-card championships was really big. And then putting that on Becky, that was really big. But to say it's carrying it, I mean, that would be saying that it's bigger than the Vision and Seth Rollins and and CM Punk. It's not bigger than. What are you talking about?
Speaking of Seth Rollins, does Seth Rollins get his lick back this time?
It's not bigger than John Cena.
Does Seth get his lick back?
He does.
I do think.
Yeah.
I
mean, he hasn't beaten Cody. When's he beaten Cody?
I mean, here's my thing. My thing is that my thing is that they make it.
Come on.
I mean, my thing is that they make it very predictable with having obviously Seth win, because the reality is that Cody doesn't really need the win. It doesn't affect him regardless whether he loses clean or doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Cody won last year. Cody won last year.
Cody won last year too.
The overall thing is that it makes a lot more sense for Seth to win. It would just be more interesting.
The fucking match means nothing. It's just a good match. Yeah. I mean, like, let's be
real. And that's the thing. Obviously, we all know it doesn't really mean anything.
I disagree that the match doesn't mean nothing, because it's like,
what's the Crown Jewel
Championship? How are you going to tell me that a guy who has lost to the same guy 3 times in a row, essentially, has another opportunity and has literally every week, every promo, every segment he's in, he has been selling the fact that he hasn't beaten him. He's not even paying attention to Becky. He's not.
The build is good.
I'm not saying that's not.
That gives the match importance.
The build is great. I'm not talking about the build. I'm not talking about the match. I'm talking about the fact that it's for the Crown Jewel Championship. That shit didn't exist last. Like it literally just became a thing. So that belt, that whole thing, that really doesn't mean anything. Maybe it will one day. It's like pretty much just another.
Yeah, they don't even talk about it the whole year. That's the thing.
You see the belt once.
Like, it's a way to add another accomplishment.
That day,
they get a dynamite diamond ring. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, they get a dynamite diamond ring.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
That's about as big as the diamond.
Here's the thing. If anything, Seth needs to win. Seth needs to win the ring.
Yeah.
Seth needs to use the ring. Like,
yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree. MJF was
So let me say this, because we have about 6 minutes left.
Damn.
Put my hand up.
You raised your yellow ass hand.
Yeah, I put my Simpson hand up there. Who wants to fucking talk to the hand? Hit up the Homer. I want to make a prediction on the tag team match, the women's tag team match, real quick, because like I said, we got about 6 minutes left. I actually think, hear me out, I think Io is going to turn on Rhea, and then it's going to be a 3-on-1, because I think they're building up to have Io and Rhea against each other, and I think there's nothing else that makes sense. I mean, sure, you could say Io and Asuka is going to have their match or whatever, but I think it would be a surprise for people to see Io turn on Rhea and talk about family and stuff, and maybe the whole thing was a setup. I may be just kind of reaching, but
it's a hot take. But I think
we're here for the hot take.
It's a hot take.
It's not entirely reaching, because reality-wise, it would make a lot of sense. The biggest issue though is that Io is so over as a babyface that I don't know how you want to try and turn her into a heel right now.
You just have her kick the shit out of the bigger baby face.
Let's be real though. Io has not been a heel for. I mean,
she was a heel
Damage
before.
Control.
Yeah,
and it's been a long time.
By the way, guys, that was our unsanctioned Pringles hot take.
There you go, unsanctioned.
I mean, the way to get her as a heel.
Yeah, let's pay it up. Pringles.
You just have them kick the shit out of one of their biggest fucking female heels or faces in the whole company. But all right, 5 minutes left, Joe, or actually under 5. How are we finishing it?
We're gonna finish it off with obviously the best and the unique most. I'm sorry.
God damn it, I won't
eat on the podcast while you're talking.
Yeah. Well, I had to do the hot hot take. The best and unique match actually in that card is going to be Stephanie Valkyrie versus Tiffany Stratton. Because none of them been there.
That woman Valkyrie, and it kills me.
Stephanie Valkyrie.
It's that hair.
First off, it's Stephanie Valkyrie.
Okay, Joe, shut, Joe. Let a Latin American say it for you. Vaquer.
Listen. You wanted to talk about
put the L in the
that's the last time it's going to be said on this podcast right now.
Vaquer.
Bro, her last name is Velcro.
No, but continue what you were saying. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
But I mean, listen. Neither of them been to a crown jewel like this. Neither have been in the W. They're both actually brand new like world champions. Like when you come to like established wrestlers and stuff, Tiffany Stratton is, SmackDown's WWE champion, Stephanie is Raw, but neither of them have been like full year doing this stuff, doing the whole thing as a champion. Like Tiff is close. I don't think she's done a whole year.
No, this is pretty much almost.
She'll have to get it to Mania. She has to get to Mania.
She's been champion all year.
She's been champion before Mania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was it before Mania?
Yeah. And she hasn't even.
Mania. When did she win it? I think she won it at
January 3rd.
She won it at a SmackDown last year.
She won it like a January, I think January 3rd.
January, February or some shit.
Yeah, she hasn't lost all year.
Okay, so she's 9 months in. She's about 9 months in.
Yeah, a whole pregnancy.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like, okay, like SmackDown Women's Division has been sucking this entire time.
You just said it was carrying the shit.
He said
Raw.
He
said Raw.
Said the women with the ring.
Raw.
I think Tiff needs to take the ring because it makes sense for Tiff.
Listen, Jesus, I said Raw, and that's why I'm saying.
You said
Stephanie should win the match. I'm saying Stephanie should win the match. She's literally gonna be the face of the women's division for the next years, and she needs to start hot with this.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm disagreeing with you.
She's
Stephanie
that woman.
needs to win it. The bling on her would make sense. Actually, the bling on her would make sense.
I'm just
set
like,
the whole gimmick up.
I'm just not like 100%. I don't know if I'm 100% like on like I don't know how's everyone feel about Tiffany's reign. Do you think it's been great, solid, just okay?
It's been good.
I think it's been booked poorly. I think it's been booked poorly.
That's my problem. The booking has been bad.
The booking is
I think it's been booked poorly, but what she's done for her booking is good.
It's good. Yeah, I agree. That's WWE for you, though.
I saw the Homer hand try to come up.
I just hate the fact she faces the same woman. That's my main gripe.
Under 2 minutes, Joe.
That's what Roman used to do.
Yeah, but like with Roman specifically, at least it had like a different story that was being told for those types of matches. Like when he faced Kevin Owens in 2021 and 2023, it was different because of 2021 he was fighting for everything that Roman was doing to him. In 2023, he was trying to release Sami Zayn from the whole
when he faced Kevin, he lost to Kevin because he was stuck underneath of a thing during COVID. But that's besides the point.
What the fuck are you doing, Wrestle Spider? What just happened?
We broke him. We broke Wrestle Spider.
He's not playing with toys and shit.
He's not his wrestling figures.
Just to let people know, that's its real face. That's not a mask. Just so people understand.
If you take the mask off, this is a John Cena face. Just nothing there.
No, if I take the mask off,
dermal piercings.
If I take the mask off, the podcast ends, and we're not gonna get shit done. So
we get canceled.
Yeah. It's that ugly.
All right, we have
he takes the mask off and it's a minute left. Santana.
We have 11 seconds.
Bodega.
It's fucking Mike Santana.
Shouts out to Mike Santana, y'all.
Jeez.
I got him on the
under a minute.
This Sunday, world champion Mike Santana. There we go.
Put Mike Santana on the All-Star team, y'all.
Go watch Crown Jewel, see if we predict the winners correctly. Come back and tell us. The person who wouldn't be here to tell you to pick those certain wrestlers is Ian Fox with Pick Push Podcast, but we're not going to talk about it. But anyway, just want to put that on server because server gets pissed off because he can't win it. Anyway, have a good one, everyone.
Rock on.
Rock on.
You guys are